Okay, this is it. Last one for tonight. It's gonna be my thoughts on Arby's, the sandwich chain. It's a fast food sandwich restaurant chain from over 3,300 restaurant system wide and third in terms of revenue. Arby's is America's second largest sandwich chain. It's a flagship property of Inspired Brands, which renamed the Arby's Restaurant Group. It was renamed as the company took over ownership of Buffalo Wild Wings on February 5th, 2018. Rourke Capital Group acquired 81.5% of Arby's Restaurant Group in July of 2011 and is now a majority owner of Inspired Brands. The Wendy's company held a minority stake of 18.5% of Arby's after the acquisition by Rourke Capital. The shares reduced to 12.3% upon the purchase of Buffalo Wild Wings and was sold back to Inspired Brands on August 6, 2018. August 16, 2018 for $450 million at a 30% premium. In addition to its classic roast beef and beef and cheddar sandwiches, Arby's also produces included deli-style market fresh live sandwiches, Greek gyros, curly fries, and Jamocha shakes. The headquarters is located in Sandy Springs, Georgia, a suburb of Atlanta. There's 3,472 restaurants as of 2019, and they have 8 locations in 8 countries outside the U.S. Canada, Mexico, Turkey, Qatar, or however you want to say it, Puerto Rico, Kuwait, Egypt, and South Korea. It was founded in Boardman, Ohio on July 23, 1964 by brothers Forrest and Leroy Raffle, the owners of a restaurant equipment business who thought there was a market opportunity for fast food franchise based on a dish other than hamburgers. They wanted to call their restaurants Big Tex, but that name was already used by an Akron business. They changed it to Arby's based on Arby, the initial names of Raffle brothers, although it's often mistaken for roast beef. They opened their first restaurant in Boardman, Ohio, just outside of Youngstown, July 23, 1964. They initially served only roast beef sandwiches, potato chips, and soft drinks, hoping to attract a more upscale clientele. Arby's interior design was purposely more luxurious in appearance than the typical fast food sandwich stand of the day. Arby's offered their roast beef sandwiches for 69 cents at a time, where hamburger stands were charging 15 cents for a hamburger. A year later, the first Arby's licensee opened a restaurant in Akron, Ohio. The famous Arby's hat was designed by the original sign makers, Peskin Sign Company. During the 70s, the expansion of Arby's took place at a rate of 50 stores per year. During this time, it created several menu items, including the beef and cheddar, Jamocha shakes, chicken sandwiches, curly fried, and 2 signature sauces, Arby's sauce and the horsey sauce. Baked potatoes were added to the menu in 1985. Curly fries were initially introduced as Curly Q fries in 1988. It became the first restaurant in the fast food industry to offer a complete light menu in 1991, with several sandwiches and salads under 300 calories and 94% fat-free. The family-owned business tried converting into a public company in 1970 by offering a sale of stock, but the IPO never went through when the stock market subsequently fell. In 1976, the family sold the company to Royal Crown Cola Company for $18 million, and Leroy Raffle remained as CEO until his retirement 3 years later. In 1984, Victor Posner obtained Arby's via a hostile takeover of its then parent Royal Crown through his DWG Corporation. 9 years later, the new owner of the DWG Corporation, a new name, Triarch Companies, Inc., a former PepsiCo executive, Don Pierce, was brought in to resurrect Arby's. With $100 million in additional funding, Pierce moved to a new Roast Town concept, similar in format to Boston Market in 1996. The Roast Town concept received poor marks in market tests and was quickly discontinued. Pierce and his team left the company and sold all of its 354 company-owned locations to the RTM Restaurant Group, an existing Arby's franchise, for $71 million. Another marketing concept that was tried was a dual brand venture that started in 1995 Zudu's Handmade Mexican Grill. The marketing venture was a failure, resulting in lawsuits being filed by each company against the other. In 1992, Les Franchises PRAG Inc. opened the first Arby's franchise in the Canadian province of Quebec. It was also the 100th location to open in Canada and joins other locations that were operating in the provinces of Ontario, Alberta, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Manitoba, British Columbia, and Saskatchewan. The Quebec locations also sold the uniquely French-Canadian dish poutine. In 2002, Arby's returned to operating restaurants by purchasing the second-largest Arby's franchisees, Cyber Inc., with 293 locations on bankruptcy, outbidding RTM so as to prevent RTM from becoming too large. RTM was purchased by Arby's on July 25, 2005. In November 2002, Access Now filed a lawsuit against RTM, then a franchise of Triarch, that some 800 of their stores do not comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. The lawsuit had no liability damages except for lawyer fees. In August of 2006, the court accepted the settlement between RTM and Access Now. The result was that every year 100 of the RTM stores would be retrofitted to comply with the ADA. Accordingly, it was estimated that about $1.2 million would be spent to retrofit these stores each year. In 2008, Triarch purchased Wendy's to change its name to the Wendy's Arby's Group to reflect their core business. In January 2011, it was announced that the Wendy's Arby's Group were looking into selling the Arby's side of the business to focus on the Wendy's brand. It was officially announced that the companies would split on January 21st, 2011. In 2009, the Wendy's Arby's Group signed a franchise deal with the Al Jamal Group of Saudi Arabia to open dual-brand Wendy's Arby's throughout the Middle East, with the first location opening in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates in May 2010. The Wendy's Arby's Group also signed a similar franchise deal in June of 2010 with Tabgida Sanavi Tikaret and opened dual-branded restaurants in Turkey. After the split, the former Wendy's Arby Group became the Wendy's Company. Wendy's opened in Fort Bliss in 2010 under a deal that the Wendy's Arby Group would have exchanged with the Army and Air Force Exchange Service to open restaurants at bases both in the United States and overseas. I guess only American military personnel and some other guests can patronize the Arby's locations situated on military bases and operated by the Post Exchange. Two different attempts to open franchises in the UK. Of course, the GSR Restaurant Group won their first Arby's location in London in 1992 and the second location the following year in Glasgow, the first locations to open in Europe, but both were forced to close by 1994. In 2001, Berlin Restaurants opened two Arby's franchises in Southampton, Hampshire, and Sutton, Surrey. Hampshire and Sutton, Surrey, but both were forced to close after a few months of operating. The Wendy's Arby's franchise group on June 13, 2011 announced that it would sell a majority of its Arby's chains to the Rourke Capital Group, while maintaining an 18.5% stake in the company. In February of 2017, Arby's reported that they were investigating a malware attack against its payment card system that had targeted thousands of customers' credit and debit cards. 8 credit unions and banks from Alabama, Arkansas, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Montana all have filed suit since early February against Arby's concerning the data breach. They returned to Kuwait for the first time in 2 decades by opening an Arby's franchise in Jabraya. And Arby's expanded to the North African country of Egypt, opening 3 restaurants in the capital city of Cairo in October of 2018. Their products are roast beef, market fresh sandwiches, and of course, the Ultimate BLT was released for a limited time in 2002 and later in 2012. They began to get Italian beef provolone, French dip, and Swiss Philly beef supreme pot roast sandwiches. Corned beef and turkey Reuben sandwiches were added in 2005. They signed a contract with Pepsi. It's the world's smallest advertisement and the largest advertising poster. They had a smokehouse brisket sandwich in October 2013 and gyros to its menu for a limited time in 2014. Then they became a permanent fixture on the menu 2 years later in April of 2016. And of course, they had their sliders and the chicken pepperoni parm sandwich. And some locations even serve breakfast. Ving Rhames is the narrator over the Arby's commercials. And H. John Benjamin was Arby's head of sandwiches in late 2018 and early 2019. Now, let's take a look at the Arby's sandwiches, shall we? Starting with Market Fresh, we got the chicken club wrap, the Greek gyro, roast beef gyro, roast turkey gyro, corned beef Reuben, jalapeno bacon ranch chicken wrap, cream Mediterranean chicken wrap, roasted turkey and Swiss wrap, roasted turkey and Swiss sandwich, roasted turkey ranch and bacon wrap, roasted turkey ranch and bacon sandwich, crispy chicken salad entree, roast chicken entree salad. Moving on, let's take a look at the crispy juicy chicken. They got the classic crispy chicken sandwich, classic roast chicken sandwich, buffalo crispy chicken sandwich, roast buffalo chicken sandwich, the chicken tenders 3 and 5 piece, 9 piece chicken nuggets, chicken and bacon Swiss sandwich, chicken bacon Swiss sandwich. For slow roast beef, there's the brisket bacon and beef dip, classic roast beef, double roast beef, the half-pound roast beef. Oh my goodness, would you look at that sucker. Classic beef and cheddar, double beef and cheddar, half-pound beef and cheddar, smokehouse brisket, and the classic French dip and Swiss. Something you can never go wrong with. And the sliders are buffalo chicken, jalapeno roast beef, and roast turkey. For their sides and snacks, they got their signature curly fries, crinkle fries, mozzarella sticks, jalapeno bites. And on the desserts, they had a mint chocolate shake, jamocha shake, and vanilla shake, some cookies, and apple and cherry turnovers. For beverages, it's Coca-Cola products now. Yeah, all Coca-Cola. You might have guessed. Arby's also has limited time ones like crispy fish and crispy fish sandwich meal, 2 for $6 every day value menu. So if you're in the mood for a sandwich and are thinking of something that's good roast beef, fresh sliced meats, Arby's is definitely the place for you. So if you have a favorite sandwich or anything from Arby's that you like, just leave a comment on this video. So that'll do it. That's my thoughts on Arby's. And that's all for tonight. I'm Frozen Fan 421. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for videos. Take care, stay safe, and more importantly, have a good night.